Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Denver, Colorado. And today I have a little project for you using some note cards out of the catalog. These are new for us and they're just really pretty, and I thought I would show you how I'm going to use them. They make up quite a few note cards and it's a really good value in the catalog. So let's just get started. Okay, let me make an adjustment here. These are the note cards as they come, and they're in 4 different colors. And this is terracotta tile. Of course, just because I'm trying to remember, I can't. This is where they're on page 168 in the catalog, and this is such a good deal. They're $8, and for $8 you get 20 cards and 20 envelopes. And I came up with this very simple design using To a Wild Rose, and then from Butterfly Gala, the sentiment that says a little note. But aren't these just darling? I mean, there is the note card here with the scallop and then an inside, and you could certainly, in fact, I'm going to do something on the inside of these so you can see what it is I'm doing. And they come in the 4 colors, which is Balmy Blue, Old Olive, Light Pink, and Terracotta Tile. So the To a Wild Rose stamp set here is a distinctive, and it is a multiple layer stamp. So what I'm doing here is using all 3 layers here, but I'm doing the first layer in a lighter color and then the top 2 layers in a darker color. So the scheme that I'm using here for the Old Olive here, I'm using Old Olive for the first stamp, which is the one that lays down the base here, and that's tone on tone. And then I used Garden Green on the top, and for my sentiment, a little note. Then on most of these, all except this one, I used the Noble Peacock Rhinestones here. Used the blue there, I used the pink ones here, I used the green ones here, and for this one, what I did was I took our regular rhinestones and my Cajun Craze marker and colored some of those rhinestones in to sort of match that color. And you get 5 of each of these little note cards, and I thought it would be just the nicest gift. I'm starting to think about Christmas gifts, and I give a little something to a whole lot of people. The gal that does my nails and people that do, cut my hair or do some of those kinds of things, I always give them a little something at Christmas time. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to get a set of 4 of these, the note card and the envelope, and one package of $8 makes you 5 sets. Now that is a pretty darn good value, and the cards are reasonable size. This is 5 inches by 3.5 made up, and I just put the stamp on here, my sentiment, and a few rhinestones, and I'm done. So it's a very fast project, and so I thought I would demonstrate 1 or 2 of these for you and show you what you need to do this. And this is the color combination that I came up with. So on the terracotta tile, I'm using terracotta tile for the base piece, and then the other 2 stamps I'm using Cajun Craze. All right, for the rose one, what I used was Rococo Rose for the base, and surprisingly, Lovely Lipstick, and Lovely Lipstick came out this muted color of rose. And it must be that it's stamped on this color paper and so on. It gives it that color. And then for the blue, I used Balmy blue for the base piece, and then I used blueberry Bushel for the top stamping. And then I think I showed you on the green, it was the old olive and then garden green. So I thought I would make up a couple of these, and I think I'm just going to pick a couple and make this up. I think we'll do a blue one, and maybe we'll do a green one here. And so I'll grab my blue inks and my green inks, and I've got my stamps all loaded off to the side here. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to grab another one of these little green note cards here, move these out of the way, and I just am so tickled with how easy this is to do, and what a nice little gift. It's also a great hostess gift. One of the people that comes to my card class, who stamps actually quite a bit, was telling me that she's taken to taking as a hostess gift a couple of cards in cello bags when she goes to someone's house, and how much people appreciate it. And I thought it was such a good idea, so I've started doing that myself, and people just get so excited about what you're doing that it really is kind of fun. So I'm going to grab an envelope for this one and get that folded down, and get this one folded down, and grab another green envelope for this one. And I just think $8 is an incredible buy for 20 cards, and each $8 makes you 5 sets of these 4-card sets. And I think that is just very, very economical. Okay, so let's do this. And I have my stamps mounted to the side here, and I had just a little bit of difficulty lining these up until I paid a little bit closer attention to the actual stamp cover, and they have this set up so that, let's see, let's take this one first. This one, and they've got this set up so that this is the top of the stamp. And what I'm going to do is take a little pen here, and I am going to mark, in fact, I'm going to reposition this on my stamp block so that I can have them all pointed the same way. And this is set up so that this petal here and this little pointed petal here are at the top. And this is what I'll do, is I will just put a little pen mark here on that stamp and mark that point on the stamp itself, so that I'm always doing this in the same direction. Now on this one, to do it the same way, they've got, let's see, this little point right here is right there. So this is the top of the stamp here, and I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to put a good healthy mark on the top of that stamp, and I'll go back and do this with permanent marker later so that I make sure I've got them all just exactly right. And this one would get mounted this way, because here's this little telltale petal, and there it is right there. So I'm going to set that up so this is at the top, and I'm just going to mark that as the top. And I know that this little petal off to the side on each of these stamps is right side up. So that should make the stamping go a little bit easier. So on the green one, let's just start with the card itself. And these are photopolymer, so I do want my Pierce mat underneath my stamping here. So I'm going to grab this Pierce mat. It's amazing what gets stuck to what. With adhesive back things and others, it seems like we get everything stuck everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to start with the old olive, and I'm sort of stamping this flower over on this side, and I was doing them kind of up at the top. There's no reason to. Right in the center on that side, there's plenty of space for our sentiment on this. So I'm going to take this first stamp here and ink it up in the old olive, making sure I get plenty of ink on there. And I know that there's my little petal. This is going to be done this way. So I'm going to put this right here and press down pretty well on that. And there we've got the impression of the rose. Now the second stamp here is this one, and oh, that one needs to go in the darker ink. So doing two-step stamping, you have to kind of watch where you're going here. So I'm going to take that back off again because I want the darker ink on that. And let's see, I'm going to bring my darker ink in here. And I want to make sure, last time I did a video, I wasn't always on the surface here. I want to make sure I'm doing that exactly right. Okay, so I'm going to ink this one up in the garden green. Looks positively purple on this. And there's the top of my stamp, and there's my little petal out. So pardon my head here. I'm going to pull this a little closer to me so I can see what I'm doing and try to get that sort of over the top there and get that one stamped. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty just that way. And then I'm going to take my darker, again, ink with the outline and line that up. And again, I think that's pretty close. We shall see. And there we've got a nice image on that. And then I've got my little note stamp here from the Butterfly Gala. I'm so glad that one carried over. I love all of the images on there. And I'm going to stamp a little note down here. There we go. Now, that is a lot of heavy ink, and I can see as I tilt it to the side that that's not all dried. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to clean off my stamps here and get ready to do this in the blue. And like I said, really is quite fast. Oh, you know, I had one more idea. On the inside of these, I thought it would be great fun to put part of the image here just to the side to give it some decoration from the inside, and to do the same thing here on the outside of the envelope. So while I have my green here, I'm going to go ahead and complete those. And there we go. Just a little decoration on the envelope and a little decoration then on the inside of the card. So one more little stamp here, right up here. And I'm putting it up a little bit because I don't want it to show underneath the scallops here. But isn't that pretty? So there we go. I think that looks like that's dry. These, not quite. So this one, I think I'm just going to let them sit for a minute. So let's go on to the blue, and I am going to clear the ink off of my stamps here to, oops, I've got a little wayward stamp there. All right. And let me get that cleaned off of here. Very good. And then now I'm going to start over with the blues. And I used, in this case, the Balmy blue for the base stamp. I'm just really tickled with this project. It came out really good, and it's a nice, simple project. Nice, simple, and inexpensive. Okay, so here we go. There's my top of my stamp, which I'm going to set down on my blue here. Give it a nice big push. These are big stamps, so you want to make sure you're really pushing down and using your pierce mat. I tried it first without the pierce mat and it did not work. So you want to make sure that that's what you're using. So I'm going to close that up now and go to my blueberry bushel, which is such a beautiful rich blue, beautiful color. All right, and then for that one I've got my stamp ready to go here, and I'm going to set that down. I may need to get my head in there just a little bit, but it looks like about there. And you know, if you're off a little bit, it's got such kind of a watercolor look that I don't think it really matters a whole lot. It's nice if it lines up, and these have lined up really nicely. I'm very pleased with the way those have lined up. There we go. So I've got my image down. And now I'm going to take my dark, oh, I put that on the envelope. That's not what I intended to do at all. Okay, so back to, that envelope's going to be really decorated up. Okay, so back here to our beginning card here. So, again, I'm going to ink this up and set my stamp down, oops, right in here and push down. And you'll notice that even pushing down and doing it on this, that's pretty full coverage, but now I've got a little bit of pooling here. And what I found is that especially on this first one, if it looks like it's got a little too much ink on it, I have taken a dauber and kind of just pulled up a little bit of the ink a little bit before I stamped down, and that seemed to help that, although this isn't bad and I don't mind it at all. So back to this one in the darker color. This is the blueberry bushel. And I'm going to come in here, and again, they're big stamps, so you want to make sure you get pressure all over. There, isn't that pretty? Just gorgeous. Now our outline stamp, same thing. We are going to set that down over the image and get that outline piece down. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. So now I'm going to come in here and put my little blue image on the top here on the inside on both of these cards, because I hadn't quite decided what I wanted to do for the inside, and I think that's plenty. And I have the one card decorated up awfully lot. But this one I'm going to do right over here in the corner and just put a little bit of I could put more of a flower on there, but that is close enough. Anyway, I just wanted to demonstrate how you could do this. And again, I will share those colors with you. So it's the Balmy blue and the blueberry bushel. And then it was the old olive and the garden green. Then it was for the terracotta, it's terracotta tile and Cajun Craze. And for the rose-colored one, it is Rococo Rose and Lovely Lipstick. And that Rococo Rose, it might be interesting to do that one with a red instead of the Lovely Lipstick to see if you could get any more distinct color on that one. So this last one here, the last thing I needed to do was just add my little note sentiment here on this one. And then we'll put our rhinestones on. Here's my little note. And we'll be done. It's a very fast little project, and I think just as sweet as it can be. And I'm going to order many packages of this at $8. And for every order, if you can make 5 sets of 4, it's a lovely little gift to have on hand. So, all right, so the next thing I'm going to do is on the green and the blue, and I think that's now nice and dry. I am going to take my pearls here from my Noble Peacock here, and I'm going to put, what I did was I put 3 little rhinestones in the center of my flower here, and then I put one more by my note sentiment there, and then one up here in the corner. And I think that just dresses this all up so nicely, and I think it's going to make a lovely little gift. Now on the green, and there we go. I think that's just a fun little simple project that's easy to do, very affordable, and quick. I love quick. Okay, so I'm going to lay these back out here, and some of them will have the stamping that I did on the envelope, and I'll have to go back and stamp those others. But there is our project, and I'll bring back in the ones that we didn't do, but you see the process here, and that is my project for the day. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator, and or you could join my team. Now, joining Stampin' Up! Right now is a very good deal. Through the month of July and August, when you sign up with Stampin' Up!, instead of the $125 for $99, you're going to get $155 worth of product for $99, and then you will have an opportunity to get another $10 coupon to be used the month following your signing up. So if you purchase the starter kit in July, you'll get an extra $10 towards orders in August, and if you sign up in August, you'll get one in September. And in either case, your minimum to maintain your being a demonstrator is $300 a quarter, and you start out with a 20% discount, so you will start out immediately that your $300 quarter only costs you $240 because of your 20% discount. And your minimum, because the quarter will have started, your first full quarter isn't until the fourth quarter, so you have clear until year end to complete that first $300 or $240. So it's really a very good deal, carries you all the way through the fourth quarter, which puts you into celebration for next year with all kinds of discounts, and everything you order after that will be at a 20% discount at the very minimum. So I think it's a wonderful time to join. My prize for the month is one of the big bundles out of the catalog. So all you need to do to be in the drawing is to place an order on my website, www.lbedinger.stampinup.net, or through my blog at www.inkandingenuity.com. So again, that's it for me. I think this one is scheduled to happen on Sunday, July 14th or 15th. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.